Silent with, what's your opinion on the current state of Rainbow Six comparison to the Siege 2 years ago? Siege 2 years ago was a bit different. It was a lot more fast paced, a lot more, in your face kind of action. But I will say it's not bad right now. I think the balancing team, the developers have been taking strides to kind of stray away from the utility meta that we're currently in. But I do think we might have a little bit ways to go, which there's some leaks and stuff here and there that's seeming like it's pretty good, but I do kind of miss the old Siege. I do miss it, but I think we're in a good spot right now, because if it was old Siege, it would still be a very unique game, but it would still just be like an FPS, right? Like, I think there should be some utility in the game. There should be some utility that you need to get rid of. There's stuff that you need to do in order to win the round. Kind of like a step-by-step process. It's like peeling the goddamn onion, and then you finally get to the core, and then you have to plant. But I think it's good right now. I think it's good. It definitely used to be bad. I think like Ember Rise, when you had like 3 Goyo shields, Evil Eyes, all that crazy stuff. It was a bit rough. You had to get rid of a lot of stuff. But again, thankfully, we're slowly getting away from that, because especially as a pro, it's not fun. It is not enjoyable at all. We got Trixie with, how much longer do you see yourself playing video games competitively? It kind of calls back to the old question of, if Siege were to die, what game would I play next, and would I do competitive in it? I'd say we have at least 4 to 5 years of Siege, at least. I know some of you guys are like, bro, but the game's dying, this and that. Oh, it's horrible. It's not dying. It's fine. Views might be a little bit lackluster as of lately on like YouTube and maybe even Twitch, but I think we're in a good spot. There's been worse times in Siege, and I've been through it all, and trust me, we've seen some shit. I've seen some shit. But a good amount of years. I'm planning on playing competitively for a bit, to say the least. Joe Mama P with, when you first got recruited and was going to play with TSM and Pro League, did you feel an immense amount of pressure on you? If so, how did you cope with it? Great question. I did. I felt the most amount of pressure I've ever felt in my whole entire life. Boy, I was trembling. First Pro League game came around, god damn, I was shaking in my boots, pissing my pants, all that good stuff. But I mean, if you guys looked back at the my first season stats and all that stuff, it wasn't good. It was not good. And I don't know if I want to contribute that to the pressure, the lack of experience, or like just the new environment I was in, but it wasn't that good. And then until like DreamHack Montreal was, I guess, like the blossoming point. It was like, so he's not shit. So yeah, there was a lot of pressure. How I coped with it was I knew once I would have once I would start getting into my rhythm, I would kind of forget about it. I mean, you still feel pressure now. Like, you still feel the pressure. It's still there. It's never gonna be gone. But hey, you just gotta get over it. Because if you keep living with that, keep having that in the back of your head, not gonna treat you well. Timon? Or Timon. Oh, apologies, good sir. Which thing from old Siege would you want back in the new Siege? Old and new. That's a good question. To be honest, the quick peeking would be cool. However, I don't know if 19, almost 20, goddamn, 20-year-old Beaulo would be able to go against some 13-year-olds. Quick peeking, crouch spamming, Ella Scorpion, Ash ACOGing me. I don't know, to be honest. I think I would get the old deployable shields, the one without the windows. That would be the one thing that I would love to have back in the game, because I think I was at the invite that they announced it, like their little like teaser trailer or whatever. Or I was at some event and they saw it, or I saw it, and I was like, what? What the hell is going on here? Why is there a fucking mirror on this goddamn shield? And why does smoke have it? So, I'd probably say that. The old deployable shields, the OG, black with the white, accents on the side. That's the one. That's the one thing I would want to bring back. Blue Raptor with the question, best tip that isn't normally heard, and if you can, more in depth on how to pick ops. Let's start with the operator thing. I guess it depends on like how you play. Are you more laid back, vibing, more for the team, more of a communicator rather than a dominator? And you would just play the support ops. Smoke, Mira, Thermite, like Thatcher, like the hard breacher. Like the secondary support type stuff. It really just kind of like trying to find the operator that suits your playstyle. It's just like look at Pro League. If you look at the entries, they're going to be the more aggressive, more mechanically based players, and then the support's going to be the more further back. The more you usually find the IGL on the support. Not the case for us because the main IGL is Matt or achieved on the sledge, but it's usually how it goes. But I guess tip that you've never really heard of is, I think the whole like thing of using your utility is really good. I think once you learn how to use your utility in your drones and manage your drones well, I think drone is a good one because it's like just treat your drones as like you have two other lives. You send it into a room and it dies. Oh well, man, that's just a drone. You get some info, try to work off of the info, but at the end of the day, you just want to use your drones. And I already talked about the whole utility management and everything, but I really emphasize the drone usage on this because again, just treat it like your second and third life. And at the same time, it's not like don't just throw it away because you want to keep your drones alive. You want to have that info for late round, early round, all the rounds. So, drone. I know it's hard coming from Bo, but do it. And then Parthieb with the question, what is your daily routine for the whole day? Well, it kind of switches up around a lot, I would say. I usually just wake up, shower, do all that stuff. The time in which I do it is kind of switches, but I usually get up around like 10 or 11. Like that's like around when I'll get up. I'm not too much of an early bird. I'll probably like, just chill, do like my brand stuff for a bit, the crazy content creator management side of stuff, and then I'll probably go down, hang out with the team, get some food with the team, get ready for practice, so warm up for a bit. If we have dry runs or anything, we'll usually do that like an hour before we warm up, like T-hunt and anything, and then we scrim for 3-4 hours. And then after, sometimes we'll do VOD review, not a whole lot, but sometimes we'll just talk about like what happened in the scrim, what we need to do, what changes need to happen, what we did good on, how do we replicate that into more rounds. And then after that, again, just eat some food with the team, the boys, and then probably get ready for the stream. And then after the stream, I usually end the stream at like midnight or 1 a.m. and I'll probably be up for like another couple hours doing, whatever, playing some other games, vibing. Usually nighttime is like my free time for the most part. I'll have a little bit of free time in the mornings, like when I wake up in between my practice, but I'm mainly like a night owl. So yeah, it's not too exciting, but it'll do. Ronan Quinn with the question, what first got you into competitive gaming and who was your idol to watch growing up? Competitive gaming. It's not the most PG, cleanest way of getting into competitive gaming, but I came from CS. And we all know what CS is known for. That sweet, good old expensive skins. And so I had some skins, I was mainly betting on matches. All right. I was betting on matches. And I was like 13. I was 13 betting on matches, and that was probably it, because like I got attached to the bets, right? Like I wanted to see how my bets were doing in real time. And like it wasn't just like, oh, this team looks cool, I'm gonna throw it in. Like I actually knew a little bit about the comp scene and all that stuff, because I wanted to maximize profits on my bets, on my placements. So I would just bet on matches, watch the matches, and yeah, that's really how I kind of got into esports. That's how I heard of a TSM. I don't think I ever bet on TSM, but back in their CS days, I was 13, just throwing away my skins at some matches. Holy shit, what is good with people, man? All right. And I guess my idol for it was I don't know who my I don't know if I would really have like an idol. I would say, I guess for the most part, the ones I really looked up to in like the CS scene, I mean, it was probably like Get Right, because it's like he's like the OG. He was always around. Or like any of the NIP guys, Freiburg, Forest, Get Right. Like those main three. Probably just Get Right though, just because like. Then again, I wouldn't even say like I idolize him. It was just like I could respect. There was like this like form of respect that I had for him, because it's like he was like a legend in the scene. But even like coming into Siege, I don't think I really had an idol, just because I was doing my own thing, just playing in ranked. Never really thought I had any chances of going pro or anything like that. Didn't really idolize anybody. I was just doing my thing, vibing, having a good old time. Quick peeking around corners with Ella, 51 rounds. Never really had an idol, but I mean, again, it's just there's these forms of respect that you have, so like Canadian, Pangu, the OGs, the foundation layers, I guess you would say. Ali Mobader. I probably butchered that name, but hey, I appreciate your comment. Thank you. Why do you prefer earbuds over headset? Great question. I get asked this literally all the time. So pro players have to use earbuds at LAN, okay? Every picture of like, Siege pros, CS pros, whatever, they're going to have headsets on. But if you look real closely, you'll probably see this like black and blue line coming out of their headset. And those are earbuds, because the headsets that pros have on at LAN events, but like CSGO, Siege, probably even like League, the headsets they have are only for talking, and they feed white noise into you, so you can't hear the casters, can't hear the stage, can't hear like the audience, you can't hear anything. You just want to hear white noise, the noise cancellation, and all your earbuds does is it's all your in-game audio. It's like this is how you hear your homies, this is how you hear your game. So you need to have some sort of earbud. It's mandatory. You cannot go to an event without earbuds. So you need to have them. And I guess the main thing is just keeping it consistent. I know a lot of pros play with earbuds just again to keep it consistent, because you don't want to have like a crazy, like different audio level whenever you get to LAN. Because like if you play with like a headset at home for 8 months, and then you go to an event for a week, and then you're on earbuds for that week, it's gonna be a little bit different. So I just like to keep it consistent. That's why I prefer it. And I'm not gonna lie, I find it more comfortable. Move Mellow with the question: what was your first personal goal you set for yourself when starting your Siege career? Reaching a particular subscriber count, releasing a certain amount of videos in one period, etc. I mean, I wanted to play as much as I could, pump out as many videos as I could. But I guess the only real like goals were just like the sub goals, right? Just trying to, getting to the next number. Like I remember when I had 100 subs when I was in high school, bro. I got to school the next day. I was feeling like I was on the top of the world. 100 subs, man. Fucking yeah. I bet you don't have 100 subs, goddamn asshole. But like I never said that to anybody. It's just like I just felt good, it kept just building. So 100 subs, 1,000 subs, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50,000. And I remember the day I finally hit 100K. I hit 100K subs. It was like October, was it 2018? October something 2018, I think. It was fourth period. It was fourth period, and I was in auto class, and I had my like social blade up on my phone. I was just watching it. I was just watching it the whole entire time. I finally hit it, and that shit was crazy. Holy shit. That was pretty insane. But I guess the sub goals really are just like the main goals I would put out. Obviously, I'd want to, like lay out how many videos I wanted. I would try to, play as much as I could within a week span so I could get, a video out. But other than that, it was just sub goals. Even Twitch streaming hours, if I wanted to stream 4 hours on this day. It's just very small stuff that, built up to, I guess, finally building, Beaulo to what it is, right? And then, getting into Pro League, getting into the pro scene, it really kind of took it to the next level because you really got to, I go crazy, right? I want to win this match. I wanted to, have a good call throughout the match. I wanted to, work on my communications, work on my, decision making, my positioning, all of that stuff to build myself as a player. Like, it was these small goals to form me into a good player, which obviously I had help with Poge and Achieved and Bio to help me with that. But I'd say the more rewarding ones are the pro goals. So just, in the beginning, trying to better a certain department of your play style, finally, make you who you are, make you a good player, and then you finally win. So it's a really good payoff. Seeing yourself grow as a player is unbelievably rewarding. Michelle with the question: how did you feel about all the hacking accusations when you first started picking up people's attention on the R6 community? At first it was pretty cool because it was like I'm just playing ranked, and then these guys are calling me cheaters, and I mean, at a certain point it's like, oh, hell yeah, they think I'm cheating because I'm smoking their shit. But near the a little bit after that, it kind of sucked because when you're trying to get your name out there, trying to form a reputation of yourself, it sucks because all you get is slander and people call you a cheater. It's like, oh, this guy's actually ass, he's cheating. It's like, no, I'm not. Especially when you're trying to get your name out there. So it really sucked for a time. It even contributed to the part of when I left the game. I left the game for a month or two. So it definitely sucked. It really sucked. But then I started to not just care. I stopped caring. I did my own thing. I streamed. I did the YouTube, and then I think the content creation, like the influencer part of all of that, really helped me because it was like I had some form of proof of like what actually happened in the round, and I had people to back me up, obviously because they're fans and they would back you up no matter what. But I still had that, whereas other people didn't. So it definitely sucked, but you just got to really kind of block it out. Recruit Life with the question: even though you are a professional player, do you ever doubt your own skill and ability? I mean, of course, I think every pro player always has to go through some slumps, right? I mean, you'll go through it. You'll somewhat doubt your ability. You might want to switch up your settings a little bit, this and that. But at the end of the day, as long as you're contributing to the team, you're doing what you need to do, and you're actively working on getting out of the slump, bettering yourself, that's all that matters. And yes, I do go through those slumps too. At the end of the day, I do go through them. I switch up my settings sometimes just because I don't feel too confident in it. But it's the only thing that matters is how you do on game day, how valuable you are to your team, and you do what you need to do for the dub and for your team.